Hey, today we're going to talk about spending money, and if you need to spend more money, and that's stupid. Hey, today we're going to talk about saving money on gear. This camera is nearly perfect, and if you pair it with this, it creates something magical, something so familiar, yet so mysterious. I never leave the house without it. Recently, I picked up this lens, a full-frame lens, with the perfect focal length, but this isn't a full-frame camera. So why use the Viltrox EF-FX2 0.71x Speedbooster with full-frame lenses? Here, we have a Canon 50mm f1.2 paired with the Speedbooster. Now, here it is again without the Speedbooster. With the Speedbooster, there are a lot of issues with the autofocus. Without the Speedbooster, the field of view is equal to a 75mm lens at this point. So what does a Speedbooster do? And why do I use one? This lens was designed to be used with a full-frame sensor. The image circle is too large for an APS-C sensor. The sensor is going to crop out the middle part of the image and zoom you in more. The focal reducer takes that image circle and reduces it, allowing you to use full-frame lenses with your crop sensor camera. I bought the Viltrox Speedbooster to use with my Fujifilm X-H2S. I recently picked up some wide-angle vintage lenses, the Nikkor AIS 28mm and the Nikkor AIS 15mm. The image that those two lenses produce with the open gate sensor, it is incredible. It's something that you normally can't capture. My two C70s, they don't shoot open gate, so the Fujifilm X-H2S gives me something really special. So I've had the Fuji for a few months now, and the Viltrox Speedbooster has been on it since the start. I bought the Viltrox to be able to use my vintage Nikon lenses and get a full-frame field of view. It wasn't until I started using a few of my other lenses when I experienced problems, which I'll address in this video. If anything, I would say that the Viltrox is very comparable to the Canon Speedbooster that I use on my C70s, which I have on my camera right now. Other than the few problems that I've been experiencing, I've really enjoyed the thing, and all of the videos about like a decrease in image quality I have not experienced. Autofocus is a huge issue with the Speedbooster. If you're planning on using autofocus, this is not for you. I'm sure that the X-H2S has decent autofocus, but I don't really use it. But sometimes when I use a lens with autofocus to capture my kids, I would like it to work. Imagine if this was a wedding, or a sports event, or a documentary shoot. You'd probably get fired, and you'd be embarrassed. My biggest issue is that when you shut off autofocus on your lens, it goes haywire. You cannot use manual focus on an autofocus lens. It's so frustrating. Here's another issue. The Speedbooster hates the adapter on my Helios. I love this lens, but I can't use it. The first time this happened, I thought the camera was broken. Thankfully, I figured out it was just the Speedbooster, but it's still so irritating because I really want to use the Helios on this camera. So the issues that I'm experiencing with the Viltrox Speedbooster, I think are exclusive to me and the lenses that I'm choosing to run on it. So my lenses are converted to EF, and then I'm converting EF to the Fuji X mount system, and I'm introducing a lot of variables that make things like infinity focus difficult. But the one thing that I must say is that if you are doing professional work and you plan to use the Viltrox Speedbooster, do not use autofocus. I have not been able to get usable autofocus out of it. There's been multiple times where it will hunt over and over, and if that is a moment that you cannot recreate, it's gone. And if somebody's paying you for that work and you've lost it because you're using a cheap Speedbooster or a Speedbooster at all, you should practice manual focusing. I'm very excited to show you more from the Fujifilm X-H2S. Thanks for checking out the video. Please consider subscribing. Thanks.